Astana is the center of global attention this summer. The young Kazakh capital is hosting an international specialized exhibition focusing on future energy. Astana Expo 2017 is bringing together over 115 countries and 20 international organizations to find joint sustainable development solutions. Stay with us and learn more about the fascinating and state-of-the-art smart and green energy technologies that are showcased at the exhibition. Germany has one of the largest and most visited pavilions at the Expo 2017 in Astana. With the theme Energy on Track, the pavilion is focusing on energy technologies made in Germany. Using an appealing mixture of information and entertainment, the pavilion features sustainable solutions, innovative and breakthrough energy technologies.
We divide the size in 3 different layers, if you want. We have the ground floor, and the ground floor is 1,250 square meters, so that is one of the largest already. Then we have been able to build a mezzanine floor that contains roughly 40% of the ground floor size, so altogether we have 1,700 square meters that we use for our exhibition, for the offices, for the VIP lounge and the restaurant.
The pavilion is over 1,700 square meters in size. This makes it one of the largest exhibition zones at the Astana Expo 2017. The pavilion features 4 sections. Most of the exhibits are placed on the Map of the Future and City of the Future halls. An energy show is the culmination of the tour of the pavilion. The entrance to the pavilion features presentations by 16 German states. The short films provide information about projects in renewable energy and tourist attractions in the respective states. When entering the pavilion, all the visitors are given smart sticks programmed in 4 languages: Kazakh, Russian, German, and English. The tool allows the users to activate and interact with the individual exhibits. In doing so, visitors gather knowledge and energy, which are accumulated as smart points on the smart sticks.
This stick, you can activate all those terminals. If you approach an exhibit, you can put your stick and then the terminal, the computer terminal is activated where you find more information. And the deeper you go, the more you look, the more you search, the more you click, the more you want to know, the more you learn, the more points, smart points are collected in your smart stick. And after all the 3 rooms, and you enter the 4th room, the individual perspective, the main show, you can insert your stick in a large round table, and then you will see in the laser show how your points, your individual points, are being collected, and they are being collected in a common pond, so to see that your energy, you make a difference, you can contribute, and you have collected knowledge, but you have also collective energy, and that you can contribute to the common good.
The first station of the German pavilion is the Map of the Future, showing the changing world. It shows the challenges faced by humanity from a global perspective. Climate change is a global task, but signs of a new and improved era of energy are also visible around the world. Fascinating photographs of nature give an impression of the enormous energy offered by the 5 regenerative energy sources: wind power, solar power, hydropower, geothermal energy, and biomass. In the center of the first hall, there is a model of a wind park comprising 5 large rotating windmills. In front of the wind park model, there are 2 terminals which can be activated with the smart stick. This is the control center of Kazakhstan's first wind farm, Yerementau, located 100 kilometers northeast of Astana, and which was built with the help of the German colleagues. Here, visitors can find out interesting details about the 50-megawatt plant and track current data from the wind farm via live link.
I like about it is that, first of all, it follows a certain narration. The structure tries to explore the topic from different perspectives. We have 4 rooms and we have 4 perspectives, so it is a storyline. We look at the global perspective first, geographically, but also thematically. What are the 5 renewable energy sources that we are worldwide trying to explore to get away from the fossil energy sources. Then we move from this global perspective to the national perspective, looking into methods, projects, ideas that are being explored and implemented in our country, but also elsewhere. We have the example of the wind park Yermentau that is close to Astana and was built also with a German partner. And from there we move further on to the local perspective, looking into the city of the future more so. So what is possible there? We talk about and exhibit electromobility, one of the most important topics there. And after these three stages, then what is left? The individual perspective. So in the concluding main show, visitors can go, they can sort of relive the three previous levels and end up in a very emotional way with the message that your energy can change the world.
The next exhibition area, City of the Future, contains extraordinary exhibits that visitors are encouraged to touch, try out, and interact with. The exhibits provide a striking demonstration of Germany's capacities in the field of energy supply. The exhibition area explores the future of mobility. Visitors can learn about the new transport methods and technologies. They can see the vehicles and find out about their technical properties. The hall features models of electric vehicles, including a BMW i8 electric car, an electric bicycle, electric scooter, and electric vehicle charging stations. The highlight of the pavilion program is the Energy Show, a spectacular laser demonstration that offers a joint communal experience for all the visitors of the pavilion. The show starts when the smart points and all the smart sticks are combined to start the demonstration. The clear message behind this is that by using their knowledge and experience, people can work together to change the world for the better. Most lasting impressions are gained through practical experience, the German Expo team believes. For this reason, the exhibits have been especially designed to be interactive.
We have academic and scientific information in all the exhibits, but we also have a playful level. So understanding that not everybody who comes to Expo can just give all energy to the German pavilion. People can also look at the exhibits in a more superficial way and can also explore certain topics playfully. We have the vibe, we have the smart grid table, we have the bike that you can use. And we think that this makes the appeal to people, that you can, if you want, go really in depth, but you can also just enjoy it in a more playful way. It is what we call infotainment, hopefully implemented in a very good and successful way.
Early preparation is one of the keys of the pavilion's success at the fair, the German Expo Commissioner Dietmar Schmitz believes. The biggest concept Germany is presenting at its pavilion is Energiewende. It is a German term which explains long-term structural change in energy systems. A shift by Germany to decentralized renewable energy and energy efficiency is the brightest modern model of introducing sustainable energy. This implies reducing use of nuclear energy, abolishing the use of coal entirely, and reducing the use of non-renewable energy sources.
Some years we have a change in our aims to get more use of the renewable energies. As you may know, we have reduced our nuclear power stations. We know that the other energies like oil and gas will not be available during the next 50 or 100 years. So we already start now to give renewable energies a chance, and the government pushes this idea very intensive, and so the scientific institutes and companies in Germany, they have the backing to go on in this direction, and it's now a matter to convince the consumer on these possibilities. Well, in the beginning, new ideas cost a lot of money, but in the end, if a lot of consumers ask for it, then the prices for it will reduce. And in Germany it's very popular that on houses, this is the best example, you find a lot of solar panels or photovoltaic equipment, and this means that it is already on this case accepted in the population.
Legislative support for the Energiewende was passed in 2010 and includes greenhouse gas reduction by 80 to 95% by 2050 and a renewable energy target of 60% by 2050. Experts of Agora Energiewende Berlin-based policy institute note that while the German approach is not unique worldwide, the speed and scope of the Energiewende are exceptional.
If you look in the past, a lot of innovations came from Germany, and I think this way of thinking, this way of doing something, is still in our minds, and we are curious if there is a challenge in the future, which way we could go to solve it. To find the possibilities, to find the right ways, and so I think it's a good idea to go on and not to stand still. And if you stand still, you go back. And so this is the philosophy of German companies, of German engineering, of German scientific institutes, and also of the German politics.
Germany has made significant progress on its greenhouse emissions reduction target, achieving a 27% decrease between 1990 and 2014. Germany spends €1.5 billion per year on energy research in an effort to solve the technical and social issues raised by the transition. This includes a number of computer studies that have confirmed the feasibility of the Energiewende.
Which possibilities the renewable energies have in our future. And I think this is very important. We only shouldn't think at one moment, but look what conditions our children will have in the future. And we all know that the energy sources like oil and gas are limited. And so the best way is to look what can renewable energies serve to us as humankind.
All this means the theme of the Expo, Future Energy, is of utmost importance for Germany. As evidence to that, German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier paid his first visit to Kazakhstan on July 12th, the National Day of Germany, at the Expo. The German high official was warmly welcomed by Kazakhstan's President Nursultan Nazarbayev. This year, Kazakhstan and Germany are marking 25 years since the establishment of the diplomatic relations between the two countries. Kazakhstan's President Nazarbayev and German Federal President Steinmeier discussed bilateral political, economic, cultural and humanitarian cooperation in the Akorda presidential residence. Then the two country leaders made a joint tour of the German pavilion at the Expo 2017.
This refers to political cooperation, economic cooperation, as well as to exchange between our people. This development has been highlighted when President Steinmeier visited Kazakhstan, not with a small delegation, but overall with almost 100 representatives from business and from politics accompanying him. This showed the very broad engagement and interest of German people and politics in Kazakhstan.
Aside from the official visits, Astana has welcomed a large business delegation from Germany. More than 20 commercial agreements worth €872 million were signed by the participants of the Kazakh-German Business Council. The agreements focus on cooperation in engineering, energy saving, supplying of industrial and technical gases. Within the framework of the Business Council meetings, an agreement was also signed providing for the establishment of Kazakh-German educational and innovation centers across the country with a total training capacity of 250 people per year.
If you look at the number of MOUs that have been signed, overall about 20 MOUs, which in the volume of the projects amount to something close to $1 billion US. If you look at the details, you will find that a good deal of these MOUs are related to renewable energies and are related to energy issues in general. On one hand, you have kind of a framework agreement. For example, between the Ministry of Energy and Siemens company, or between the Ministry of Investment and DENA, the German energy agency, which is promoting renewable energy. You will also see a framework agreement between the German Association of Solar Economy and Solar Companies and the Kazakh Association of Solar Companies. So in that sense, I would expect a strong impetus coming out of this visit and coming out of the Expo for our cooperation on energy issues.
Germany also presented a rich cultural program on its National Day featuring German music and dance.
Our aim is, especially at Expos, to give German artists who are young and who are not already famous a chance to have the possibility on a stage in a foreign country. So we will have young entertainers, young artists, which are maybe not well known in the world and not well known in Kazakhstan, but they should get a chance.
One of the most effective ways of getting to know a culture is perhaps through trying its cuisine. Germany is one of the very few countries that has been able to have its restaurant at the Expo site. Visitors here are offered a wide and varied menu showcasing the diversity of German cuisine, including starters and desserts. The restaurant is a perfect place to refuel, where classical German dishes such as pot roast, traditional German meatballs in a white sauce called Königsberger Klops, sauerkraut, baked fish, smoked salmon, and red berry pudding are served. The restaurant seats around 100 people and is very popular for its assortment of traditional German beers. The German ambassador Wolf Maffael and German Expo Commissioner Dietmar Schmitz believe the Expo is a great place to broaden horizons, learn new cultures, get new perspectives on things, and build good friendships. They also know that German visitors are one of the large groups of foreign tourists coming to see the Expo.
If you look at people, then of course the most important factor are ethnic Germans that in a number of 1 million used to live in Kazakhstan when the country became independent, and where today it's still roughly 200,000 here in your country. But overall it's 1% of Kazakh population, which is ethnic German, and also 1% of German population, which are ethnic Germans that grew up in Kazakhstan. So this built a very strong link between our two countries. And if you look at the concrete examples of cooperation, you will very often find that it's ethnic Germans which are on both sides of the bridge, so to speak, working on this relationship. A very good example of how strong relations are may be the fact that I just learned that at the Expo here in Astana, except for visitors from the region, after Russia, German visitors are number 2 in terms of people visiting Astana Expo. And these are, of course, on one hand, a strong group of ethnic Germans that come back to Kazakhstan every year. I have learned that 55,000 of them are coming back to their former home country every year. But it's also many visitors from Germany that are interested in the substance, that are interested in renewable energies, and they are taking advantage of the Expo in order to visit the country and also to explore opportunities, business opportunities for them in future cooperation.
Well, I hope that this Expo will bring to the Kazakh people and to the visitors the possibility to have a look into the world. World means here are 100 countries, and they should use this chance to get more information about what happens outside Kazakhstan, and this connects all the human beings, and it's much more important to talk to each other and to see and to accept also different opinions, different cultures, different religions, and this makes it possible in future to live more peaceful together.